Previously on The Legend of Genji, the old manager offers Genji to stay at his place in exchange for his help. A new character shows up, an old woman named Bana. She's a pie show master. Ah Sing Se. One day later, Li Li Beifong. Team Avatar is missing, Lo Beifong said. Meanwhile, in the sinkhole, petroleum starts to gush out of the ground. What's what is that sound? A co said. It's petroleum, aka crude oil. I know the sound because my family has a friend that owns an oil company, which means my dad can get it real cheap for our auto repair company, Genji said. Genji starts to bend the petroleum. He makes a staircase out of the petroleum, adding sand to make it not slippery. Nem freezes the petroleum. Team Avatar escapes the sinkhole. Sometime later, Banera tells Genji about the Order of the White Lotus. The Order of the White Lotus, also known simply as the White Lotus, is an ancient and for, formerly secret society that transcends transcends the boundaries that transcends the boundaries of the four nations, seeking philosophy, beauty, and truth. They are devoted to sharing ancient knowledge across national and political divisions. The organization has at times assumed the task of finding, training, and providing the next Avatar, having done so following the death of Avatar Kuruk and later at the request of Avatar Aang, a leader of the organization is the leader of the organization is known as a Grand Lotus, formed by scholars. The White Lotus was formed by scholars from all over the world. The order began its club where ancient masters of various arts could challenge one another on the pie show table. They developed their name from the White Lotus tile used in pie show, which is also a key element in their strategy. Members the strategy membership is con through the game itself by placing pie show tiles on the board in a specific manner, forming a plumed lotus bud, which the lotus tile in the with the lotus tile in the center. Early history. When it originally emerged, the Order of the White Lotus was supposed to always stay a small secret organization of like-minded individuals. As it gradually grew in numbers and influence, the order became even more so- sophisticated, sophisticated in trans in transcendent, being a more club and assume responsibility for sharing knowledge around the world. Eventually, the order began to influence various avatars and steer them toward working for the good for all mankind, as its members currently became the avatar's teachers and participants. However, the White Lotus continued their path on the own to continue on their path to only distinguish individuals with that of the avatar during moments of general impromptu and often reluctant to watch the avatar from after the influence the world in much more subtle manner. One avatar prior to Yang Chan worked closely with the White Lotus and gained access to their reincarnation codes, which she later recalled thanks to her extremely strong memories of her past lives. Era of Yang Chan. The White Lotus had members inside the Western Air Temple. As Avatar Yang Chan grew up, there, though their contact high-ranking members of the Order learned about the young Avatar's extremely strong connection to her past lives and her difficulty to spread the to her difficulty to separate the past from the present. The White Lotus attempt the White Lotus, also known also kept an eye. The White Lotus also kept an eye on the Sheen mercenaries, which they across as a powerful clan following the Platinum Affair. One very high-ranking Lotus member, May M, sorry, M A M A Ma Mama A A Lanka, sorry, in, a a Lanka, Mama Inkalanka lived in the Shang city of Ben Ur and provided free meals to the unemployed. The White Lotus watched Yang Chan after she became a fully realized avatar and observed the aftermath of her mission to transition and the city elections. However, they considered her to be an amorphous who was too active, who did too many things herself on an orpiment, and who especially realized too realized too quickly, having no ability to wait when the unper the when the Unity project was being planned by the Shin Akanak was sent to Shamos Big Island, where bright lights and loud noises had been reported on the tundra outside Port to Port Tugaak. When Yang Chan came to Port Tugaak and approached a group of people trying to approach her, she, who had gained access to the retention codes, she approved one core mech waiting to smash away the uniqueness bodies that started a blow-raking Lotus. When she was able to perfectly recite the phrases, a pie show technique that only a member of the White Lotus could know, Ning Chan nabbed White Lotus members of the order, put their bodies in a secret location with Ankarak meeting her when she woke up, give, giving her stern. Ankarak knew that it was not Ying Chen herself who had recited the code when the avatar proceeded in information trade. The White Lotus expected her the miss for Ying Chen having used multiple and ignorant over intelligent people with the truth and led it ship that the order knew about her gift. Ning Chen caught on and gratefully was generally upset that the people had spent had spied on her. Oh, had spied on her home after Ink Chika apologized. She told Yang Chan her reason for being in the city, and in return, the Avatar told her everything she knew about Ankampiti, which the Lotus began serving sly lips, being Yang began and her companions Ik Na and Ying Chen in into the island, and, and after Yang Chen cleared away the snow with the Avatar state, they developed that the state developed on the island were the result of some group using the area as a target range, even though no weapon or resistance being could have caused that sort of damage. Ying Chan and the White Lotus went their separate ways after the Avatar consult, consulted. She had been working about working, had been working wrong about Uni's location and returned to Ben Ur. Ink Na returned to the city after the Avatar and her companions dealt with immensely great display of combustion vendors and this left of the a den claw that was trying to appraise Kovaka. She told him that his inverse in uh, approach Karak. She told him that his involvement in Umati was close to reaching the light of day, and that it was high time he joined her and her friends search for and her friends search for Kyoshi. And after the search for Kyoshi, and after Matt like and and after Matt like the rest of the world, the White Lotus failed to totally identify correct successor. Successor. Identify correct successor, re- both resulting in Avatar Kyoshi having an extreme difficult early life that advice that events of the Order of the White Lotus and its very existence When hidden from the public at the time following the result of Kyoshi's identity as the Avatar, an nomad named air nomad member of the Order Japa in, instead apologized to Kyoshi on his Order's behalf. However, when he began at hinting at his Order's existence, Kyoshi did not understand and dismissed him. In Feroce of the following year, Japa was approached as the security, Avatar security. He mostly attempted to help Kiyoshi in becoming a good Avatar, while pushing hunting, well, re late, well, relating hidden the well, relaying hinting at the White Lotus with the White Lotus existence without fully revealing the organization during his time. The Order made use of a cur- cur- courier Ah named A Pull A Juraka, who used who carried who usually carried messages between the north and southern water tribes, hiring her in the case of the of exchange of extreme implications. The 100-Year War. During the 100-Year War, before the events with influencing the of influencing the Fire Army as spies and infiltrating the Army as spies and sea boaters in order to show down slow down the Fire Nation progress towards the remote the village of Ja of Jin after losing his son at the failed siege of Bossing Se. Iroh joined the Order of the White Lotus while on a spiritual journey. Within a few years, he had risen to the rank of Grand Lotus. Le, liber, liber, the liberation of Ba Sing Se, the Order of the White Lotus maintained a low profile until Grand Lotus Iroh guaranteed granted its members to until Grand Lotus Iroh gathered his members to liberate Ba Sing Se during the passing of Susan's comet at the end of the 100-Year War. After they helped Zakatov and Suki by lending them an eelhound in order to arrive at the Phoenix King's airship base, Iroh and Zhang Zhang utilized the power of Susan's comet to increase their firebending during the liberation. Well, they worked in contrast with Pa Ko utilizing water bending, King Bumi utilizing earth bending, and Pan Dao utilizing swordsmanship. Public debate uh, and skull Skirmish shortly in, after the Hundred Year War concluded, since the secret organization stopped concealing operations, continued to continue to remain secret. Their public debate and opened are fixed with and opened affection with the Avatar following the war caused the mortal war and the spirit world and British governments and all kinds of oppositions in their quest. Alleged the red according the Red Lotus opposed the order's new path and its growing accustomed with the words rules with the world's rules. Despite Arrow's despite Arrow's attempt at keeping the White Lotus unity, X, Z, Z, X, A, X, X, A, Bay came to believe that the society had been stubborn into the Avatar's bodyguards, and he had he and his followers left the organization for several years. Arrow tried to maintain the scream to no avail, growing multiple and reallocated. The Red Lotus went fully underground and began to work towards remaining the mortal reconnecting and work towards reconnecting the mortal and spirit worlds as well as freeing the human world of all governments. The groups turned towards extreme military instruments, remained unlocking the mind remained unknown to the Order of the White Lotus after Avatar Korra's lifetime. After the death of Avatar Aang, a the mission of the Order of the White Lotus raised many claims about the identity of the new Avatar in both the South and the Northern Water Tribe, all of which turned out to be false. Finally, and a decision of three members traveled to the Southern Water Tribe upon Tarlac and sent his information identifying Korra to be the next Avatar. Around 158 AG, the Order impressed the Red Lotus members Gen Gonzal Gonzal Ming Ha Pa Pali and Zahir in four maximum security facilities for attempting to kidnap the Avatar. These prisoners guarded, were guarded by the White Lotus sentinels and held the criminals for 13 years. The older also attended to this grim, discrimin, the crimes, the criminal movement for the criminals attended to this clear the the criminal the movements for their kidnapping, but resulted no answer. Kitara and the Order of the White Lotus departed dependent conventions over her dependent conventions over her lack of spiritual understanding. The Order of the White Lotus allowed Korra to communicate her airbending and airbending training test by Avatar Aang and test by Avatar Aang and the end of his life. The Order of the White Lotus kept the next Avatar safe until her or until he or she had completely has completed his or her training. Whomever, however, it was Aang's younger son Tenzin at the next Avatar, uh, and the next Avatar father Tor, Tor, Toruk, who insisted on keeping Korra at the South Pole as such. The White Lotus, the Clint oversaw Korra's development and training of each element and at a compound in the Southern Water Tribe. According acting as her bodyguards, the acting as her bodyguards, White Lotus Sentinels were sent to remain with the Avatar on Irritable Island to watch her exist as she continued her airbending training in under Tencent's tutelage at their quarters. The Sentinels spent a large part of their time listening to the pro-betting broadcast on the radio. Cora took advantage of the Sentinels' discretion to leave the island twice, much to Tencent's annoyance. The White Lotus Sentinels being been, began being begin began the White Lotus Sentinels attempted to fight off the Eaglist in for in, in, invasion of the Irritable Island. As the Eaglist attacked Irritable Island during the battle for Republic City, the White Lotus Sentinels br- bravely considered the Eaglist attack. They launched a pursuit of fire-bending, earth-bending, and water-bending attacks, and with the help of Lin Beifong and Tencent's children, they managed to defeat the first wave of invaders. The tides quickly changed, however, when more Eagles arrived on the island. Realizing the battle was lost, the inhabitants of the island fled by sky bison, drew outbursts. The White Lotus Sentinels remained behind in order to give Team Avatar enough time to escape on Naga. However, the Sentinels were captured and placed in line with other captured vendors, awaiting the removal of their bending at the hands of Amand. After the English were defeated, the Sentinels' bending was restored by Korra using energy bending. After Zahir was arrested yet again, the Order became once more responsible for his imprisonment, this time in a new location, in a new holding cell deep within the bowels of a mountain near Republic City. 3 years later, Govera was at, added to added to their list of prisoners following her failed invasion of the United Republic of Nations when she was expected to attempt her trial hearing in Republic City. The order was also holding hearing in Republic City. The order was also responsible for her incarnation and transportation outside the prison holding thing. And now you, Varek said. Me? What do you mean, me? Genji said. You have already met 3 of the current members. Me, Li Beifong, and Lo Beifong. Li Beifong is the current Grand Lotus, Verana said. So Genji is convinced with the ideals the White Lotus believe in. You're about to meet another member. I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine, Vera said. Hi, I'm Belin. I'm a retired pro bender and mover star. I'm a member of the White Lotus. And I'm Vera's cousin, he said.